Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, exciting day today. So today's gonna be totally fun, like super duper duper fun. Like the next 24 hours is gonna be some of the most fun we've ever had, and it's gonna be super cool. So welcome everyone. Lovely for you to join me on this lovely day. Is it a lovely day? I was outside for a couple of minutes. And by a couple of minutes, I mean like 10 seconds to walk from that place to that place. All right, so let's just get into everything, right? Let me just do something over here. Why can I never do what I want to do? Okay, there it is. All right. So first, congratulations. We have crossed over $100,000 for Rhino. And if you remember when we started on October 17th, when we had our public listing and went public, Rhino was worth 6,000 in terms of a market cap. We've now crossed over 100,000. In fact, we're at 101,000, which is so super cool. So actually, let's take a look at chart real quick so we can all share this moment together. Oh, what do I have behind? Okay, good. Never know what I have behind this. All right, let's move some stuff around. This is so cool. Okay, so this is our chart. Let me move my floating cat around. And in fact, we could expand this out and, okay, let's see. La, la, la. Okay, come on. Work with me today. Okay, cool. So what you'll find is we started at $1 and we steadily increased all the way up to 250 something. And then we went ahead and fortified the market by adding supply to go ahead and make sure the liquidity was there. And we saw a moment, or we saw an opportunity that because we were building out so much of what we're enjoying today, that there were participants that confused that for, oh, wow, it looks like the exciting things are past because they're not adding new subscribers. But like we vote, and like, we're on this live every day. In fact, during those moments, I sat here and said, guys, we're building. Um, so my focus isn't going ahead and doing all these aggressive emails to get new people to join. Let's go ahead and put our best foot forward and, welcome them to join after we're done building. And again, it's a free market. Anyone's allowed to do whatever they want, but there were participants that said, hey, listen, you know what? I just think the best times are behind us. The challenge with that is if that view became contagious, it could have taken a lot down. Because again, because we were bringing in less subscribers, we had less weekly investments coming in, which meant if there was any large percentage of people that said, hey, listen, you know what? Those people said the best is behind us. I see the stock going down. I'm just going to take a cautious approach and, let me sell here. That would have became its own self-fulfilling prophecy. And because my background is in markets, I know that stuff. So what you can see down here is the volume. You see it picking up. And this is where Anthony, on behalf of Rhino, because again, Rhino is what I care about. Now, the corollary to that is everyone in Rhino is Rhino, right? So it's almost like when President Trump, everyone's like, oh my God, he's so bombastic. He's such a narcissist. He wants to be the best president ever. Yeah, well, who's the beneficiaries? The citizens of the country. Now, that's not me retelling the story. Like, you could have your political views. But for me, it's very easy to simplify my job, Rhino. And then everyone that's in Rhino is appreciative, right? So I made the decision, you know what, let's add a whole bunch of supply into the market. Let's bring this down to 2 and let's defend 2. Let's blood, sweat, and tears. We will not let this thing go under 2, which will then build back the confidence because some people will say, oh my God, Ant, like, listen, I trust you. I get what you did, but I wasn't really thrilled about it. So what had happened was the individuals that were looking to sell here, they were not so interested in selling anymore down here. They wanted this price, or they were just going to sell no matter what and did sell this price. But what you saw was as this came down, we came to 2. Look at that. Look at that. We held 2 like the Alamo, right? So up, down, and now here's the breakout because things are going quite well. Let me get out of the screen, get me out of here. And the coolest part of the whole thing is, so as that's happening, let me get out of the share screen. As that's happening, It's not that we're just taking money and putting it to Rhino in terms of buying the price up. What we've been doing is fortifying the market even further, so adding liquidity into the market. So when we were 250 back then, our total market cap was 65,000. We're now 233 and our market cap is 101,000. So you might say to yourself, well, Ant, 233 is less than the price of 255. How is that possible? Because the liquidity pool is the money that's in the market itself. So because we have 1 billion total supply, the goal always is to exhaust that 1 billion total supply. The way we do that is obviously by participants participating on a weekly basis. So you're $5 a week or $10 a week, or someone's at $500 a week, someone's at $1,000 a week. That buys that much Rhino off the market. But every single week, more money comes in than it's ever sold. Only 16% of Rhino is ever sold. 84% is a net buying every single week. So that money, what do you think we do with it? It's not like it just, we don't put it into a CD. It doesn't go to Anthony, right? That money goes back into the market. So the way we do it is that we take that money and then we go ahead and buy the Rhino onto it. So for instance, we have that 1 billion supply. So if we have, say, $200 extra and the price of Rhino, let's just say, is $2, well, we can take that $200 and we can take 100 Rhino and then take that and put it into the market. And what that does is it keeps the price of Rhino absolutely stable, but it supports it by making it more liquid. So every single day, we're putting more and more and more onto the market. Every single dollar that's ever come into Rhino, we put onto the market. And so we have overhead too, right? So every dollar that comes into Rhino goes to Rhino. But outside of the overhead of paying team member salaries, everything goes into Rhino. The point of me saying that is no money ever goes somewhere else, right? Now, the more important thing is that when you cross over 100,000, the hard part is behind you, right? So from the path of start to 100,000 is where everyone has those questions. Everyone's like, I'm putting my foot in. I have to be very conscious of this. Is this good? What could happen? It just started. It's only 1 week old. I've seen things like this before. When you're at 100,000, where you have over 500 weekly paid members every single week investing into it, when you've been around for over 6 months, all of those questions of what's this experience going to be like are pretty much answered. And the ability for any one person to do any type of harm is very diminished. There's only maybe 5 or 6 members of Rhino that have such a substantial amount of Rhino that they can hurt the price. I mean, substantially. For instance, there's one Rhino that has, I think, 18,000 Rhino bucks. Now, if that person went ahead and put the whole 18,000 on the market, that'd be a real problem. But I can tell you that person I speak to at least once a month, and she is literally fantastic. She is, Anthony, I love what you're doing. This is going to be in my son's retirement. And so it's not going anywhere. In fact, of the top 10 holders, I know I know every one of everyone, right? But the top 10 holders, in fact, I think there's 5 of the top 10 holders that don't even have wallets. They're like, Ant, I have no intention of ever selling this. I'm here. The point being, the experience or the comfort that anyone should have today going forward is far more probable to be good. Now, of course, those have been in it have had a very good experience. But in terms of, I've never been a part of this, let me handicap what I see going forward by identifying and calculating all the variables that I have at my fingertips. It's almost like you can either walk into a building with no lights on or walk into a building with lights on. It doesn't mean if there's no lights on, it's going to be a bad thing. It just means you have no idea what you're walking into. The lights have been on. Everyone knows what's going on now, which is really cool. So the hard part is behind us. Now that we have such a proof of concept, now that we have something to really, really celebrate, we get to move forward. Now, there are things that are still coming. Rhinobot, for the life of me, is just, I'm on a call for that again today at 12. We're going to get it. But it's a lot. It's a lot. And I feel bad because my team members that are working on it, I don't know if everyone thinks my optimism or energy is so infectious that sometimes they're hostage to telling me what they think I want to hear. And although that I don't ever ask anyone to give definitive timelines because we're inventing stuff, I do ask, like, hey, are we in a good place? How do you feel? And I guess it's quite easy to say, Ant, we're in a good place. I feel really great, which then allows me to feel like we're in a good place, which then allows me to tell you we're in a good place. And the buck stops with me. I get it. But I thought Rhinobot would be done by last week. It's still going, which is fine. It's going to be the coolest thing ever. And for those that don't know what Rhinobot is, it is coded with a 4,000 word prompt as well as every kind of behavioral science, economics, whatever. In which case, when you go to any one of our websites, the bot's going to prompt you, hey, what's up? What are you here for? You can say you love baloney. That bot is going to talk to you about baloney, get you excited about baloney, and then somehow tie baloney back to Rhino Bucks and get you excited to participate. On top of that, so not only are we going to have the best salesman ever, that's infinite, like it's everywhere, right? But then we get to turn that bot into an affiliate bot, which means we can then take that coding, duplicate it out to make certain specifications so that each individual here then has that working for them, which means Abdul, Anthony, Brian, oh, we have a lot of Brians today, Frida, Edna, whoever, can go ahead and say, oh, well, that's really great. I want to put that on my site. And in which case, anytime anyone interacts with that bot and that individual then goes ahead and makes a purchase, you're going to be credited for that purchase, right? So you go ahead and receive the rewards, which I believe is 10 Rhino Bucks for every new member you bring on. Now, of course, 10 Rhino Bucks at $1 is only $10. 10 Rhino Bucks at $2 is $20. 10 Rhino Bucks at $2.30 is $23. So it's all built together, right? So the bot, your affiliate bot is going to recommend and make sales in Rhino Bucks. You're going to be compensated in Rhino Bucks. So the activity as a whole lifts everything. So as your participation and performance increases, then your compensation increases because it's all based on the same calculation. And of course, as price moves up, excitement moves up. Those that have not heard of it are starting to look around. What is that thing? And it just keeps going up every single day. And that's when that happens, right? So we're not far from that because, again, it's a bot. I can duplicate it infinite amount of times. I can put it everywhere. In fact, we coded the bot that you could put it onto your Facebook Messenger, you could put it into Slack, you could put it into YouTube, you could put it into your Alexa. Like, the time that I'm spending not having it to show you is not time that is, all right, wow, they really just can't add 1+1. In fact, every time I talk to our team members and they're like, okay, we're 90% done. We get this done by tomorrow, but we could also have it work with Alexa, but it'll take another week. You know, my answer is 100% of the time. Oh my God, yeah. Like everyone is in it for the same reason. They'll be okay. This interaction is what everyone, not to put words into anyone's mouth, but I know if I was on the other side of this computer, this daily interaction, knowing that the person that we're working with is super accountable, is good. Like for instance, when you go to a bar and the bartender doesn't get to you right away, you're not so mad because you could see the bartender. You could see the bartender moving around. You could see they're busy. If you go to a bar and the bartender's sitting there on their cell phone, now you're really pissed or you're really upset because you could see that they're doing nothing. Well, I've always thought investment is the same exact way. I want you to see that we're busy. And then you're like, okay, well, I get it. I can wait another week. I see what they're doing. So that's really cool. So I'm almost done with the video that I've been editing for I think I'm up to 38 hours now. And it's really good. It's really good. I got it down to under 3 minutes and it is complete Rhino. Like it is everything you would ever need to know about Rhino. And I was very tempted to should I show it on today's live? But no, because tonight's email, which everyone knows you did not receive an email again last night, is going to be the email. I'm doing an offering. I'm going to, I don't know the particulars of it yet, but it's going to be the email of all emails. So I'm building out a new site to go ahead and host that. I'm going to record some video of me talking to share with you what's going on, and then the video, you'll see the video, which is so super cool. So just give me a little bit of time. Wait for that tonight. What do I want to do? So I think I touched on everything. Okay, so let's have fun. Let's have some fun. And lastly, we have upgraded Rhino Street. So for those that are always like, Anthony, what's going on with Rhino Street? Like you were leading with it, now you don't. It's always being worked on. Again, the I cannot stress enough that Rhino is like going to a gourmet dinner. That's all it is. I'm making sure that the steak is done in time, that the asparagus is going to be done in time, that the potatoes are going to be done, but I have to give an appetizer and I have to give dessert, and it all has to be done exactly to be scheduled to all come in harmony together. Again, we're not, my wife sometimes will, I feel like sometimes she doesn't understand. Like she always, if anyone knows Rhino, it's my wife, right? Like we live together. But there are times that she'll say something that I sometimes think like, I think you still think this is a business. This isn't a business. This is like, we're actually trying to save the world. And the point of me saying that is everything needs to be done at the right time. Because when it all comes together, we need this a search engine to be absolutely spectacular for everyone that joins it. That everyone is able to look at it and wow, this is great. I can't believe this is better than Google. I love it. And at the same time, we need to have Rhino Hub that's humming and allowing everyone to have the opportunities and doing new curriculums and certifications and getting new $100,000 jobs. And at the same time, we have to have Rhino Bucks completely done where the automations are complete and the charts going up and the liquidity's there and everyone's excited. And we have to have the pages done and the bots done so that everything can be spread around and the videos over there and this is over there and there's a cool fact, like all that needs to be done at the same time. It's exhausting just thinking about it. I don't know. So, all right. So let me show you the coolest thing with Rhino Street. And by the way, everyone could do this. Now, actually, let me say something. This costs money. Every part of Rhino Street costs money. This costs a little bit more than other parts of it. So it's there for you, right? Like use it, have fun with it, but don't go to the party and try to be cool by telling everyone, "Hey, everyone use this. It's free. Go, go, go." Maybe talk to like your family, right? Don't let everyone know just yet. But here, let's do a share screen. Okay, let's move this around. Hide floating menu controls. Let's get out of here. Okay, so let's go to Rhino Street. Come on. Okay, cool. Now, if we were going to come up with a picture, what do we want? So let's say um, a big, strong rhino that is a superhero um, protecting people against Wall Street cyborgs. Um, let's see. What else can we add to this? I don't know. My brain's not working. Okay, Rhino Image. So let's see what comes up. Sorry, that was probably not that exciting. I couldn't think of what to do, but I'm sure others will think of really fun stuff. Come on, what do you got for me? What do you got for me? How cool. So this is the new Rhino Image. Now I feel like we could have done a little bit better than that. So let's see if we could do a hero rhino. Realistic in the wild. So fun. What if we want Elmo playing basketball with SpongeBob? That's so funny. I can't even. I'm like so easily amused. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. Stop the share. Okay. So Rhino Image is totally upgraded. Um, I actually think the images I showed yesterday were different than the one or the images that I showed 2 days ago were different than that one. So I got to take a look because that might actually be an upgraded version of the old version. But it's working. So have fun with it. I'm gonna go take a look and make sure it's the right one because I actually thought it was a little better than that. So worst case scenarios, that's it. But best case is it's actually better. Let's see, Kung Fu Rhino. I love it. All right, everyone. Look out for tonight's 7:30 email. It's going to be quite exciting. I am then going to send it probably 2 or 3 times tomorrow because this next 24 hours is going to be an offering. I just want to get all the cards on the table, let everyone know exactly where we are, exactly where we're going. And the hard part is behind us, right? So anyone that has ever thought about investing or getting into Rhino had to do some serious calculations because a lot of the variables were the unknown. Where are we? What is this? I don't know where it's going. We have 6 months behind us and 100,000 proof of concept. The hard part's out of the way. Now it's just, okay, we're here. We have our foundation. What are we doing going forward? Great. Um, we're going to actually be a bank. That's so cool. All right. Anyway, love everyone. Let me get going, but I will talk to you tonight, 7:30. Bye.